You're gonna die laughing. He's Jason Resler. Pistol full of punchlines, and the truth will hit you like a bullet. Born in America, made in America, fought for America. He's Jason Resler. Make a joke. He's Jason Resler. You wanna bring the house down with some joke? He's a joke slinger. He's gonna kill you and the rest of the crowd. He's gonna kill the crowd. You're gonna die laughing. He's Jason Resler, but he's still cool with people who weren't even born in America. Pow pow.
I was sitting in the bar at the Denver International Airport watching myself some muted news. That's a very popular activity at airports throughout the country. You can sit there at the bar and watch muted news. They got every channel of muted news. You can watch MSNBC, CNN, Headline News, Fox News. Get all caught up what's going on in the world without having to hear any of the bullshit. And I couldn't help but notice, with all the screens right up next to each other, on the Fox screen, the headline ticker at the bottom, that scrolls by at approximately 1/3 the speed of the other networks. Apparently their viewers need a little more time to sound shit out. It seems kind of hypocritical that as a society, we judge people who enjoy a golden shower when most of the rest of us are paying cable and satellite companies to let Sean Hannity piss in our ears. Racism leads to memory loss. Yeah. If you're racist, you can't even remember 8 years ago when gas was $5 a gallon. The same people who are terrified of Muslims, I remember when I was a kid, these same exact people who are afraid of Muslims today, back when I was a kid, they were afraid of the rock and roll band Kiss. And all they wanted to do was sell us metal lunchboxes. And I did have my faith in humanity slightly restored here a couple of weeks ago during the Republican convention, believe it or not. I wasn't expecting it either. But I had my faith restored a little bit when it was revealed that on occasion, even Ted Cruz can say the right thing. And we're talking about Ted Cruz actually defended a Texas law that bans the sale of sex toys. Of course he didn't get the nomination. Those people are worried about Obama coming for their guns. Imagine the fear-mongering behind Cruz coming for your dildos. The state of Indiana didn't recognize daylight savings time for over a quarter of a century. And now that I've heard Governor Pence talk about women's rights, I understand that's because they've already set their clocks back to 1969. You have to forgive me. I like to use a few historical references during my show. That way that student loan doesn't feel like a complete fucking waste of time. But the women's vote is definitely a huge issue for the Trump candidacy. You can't say things like he said about women and do anything politically in this country. He's just losing the women's vote too much. He is, however, polling very strong among men who have never been with a woman. You got to be aware of that demographic for over there. That's a very unaccounted demographic. They're very angry. I don't want to see a Trump presidency, not just because of sexism and racism and fascism. I mean, all those things are horrible. But really, if I'm honest, I don't want Trump to be president because he's going to make comedy way too easy for too many other people. That is not good for my line of work. Republicans want to privatize Social Security, but we know who owns the Republican Party, the NRA. We go that direction, we're going to end up with the Social Security National Rifle Association. And then we're going to get our Social Security numbers stamped into the side of a government-issued firearm, and that could be our retirement. And there will still be Republican senators saying, you know what, buy your own fucking bullet. We got to get the money out of politics, too. I told you, I mentioned I was in Denver. I'll tell you who wants to see recreational marijuana. It's on the ballot this year, this November, California. If you want. Yeah. I'll tell you who really wants to see recreational marijuana. The Ziploc Bag Corporation.